A quiet and simple life. Isn't that what many of us wish for? Yeah, it is. Sometimes, though, yeah, you have to be careful what you wish for. This next story goes by the name of A Resurrection Plant, and without any further ado, let me tell you a story. Good is taking a cruise around the Caribbean for your holidays. Bad is that the ship you're traveling on sinks and that you're the sole survivor on a deserted island. Worst is that that island doesn't measure more than 25 meters squared. I have explored it thoroughly. I did when I arrived 3 days ago. I saw everything that had to be seen within 3 seconds. There is sand, there are no pebbles, not a one. The only thing that exists here, right at the center, is a dead plant. It resembles a kind of withered roots, curled up to protect itself from the lack of fresh water and nutrients and bugs to pollinate it or whatever it needs to subsist. Moments like this, not even crying helps. The water that surrounds us is so crystal clear that I can see my reflection on its surface. My lips are so dry that they start to resemble that plant. And speaking of water, it's the only thing that can be seen on the horizon, no matter what direction I choose to face. I haven't decided to swim to known lands for various reasons. The first one is that I thought I would have already been rescued by now. The second is that I've never been a very good swimmer, and my physical fitness is far from optimal. It's the sedentary life. I guess I have to accept that it's also my fondness for food and drink which have left me with a substantial belly. I cough, and I remember the third reason that my lungs couldn't endure more than a kilometer swimming due to the half pack of cigarettes I've smoked every day for the last 30 years. I sigh. I would kill for one right now. And right now, I no longer possess enough stamina for long distances. I've already swum about 300 meters out to sea on a couple of occasions, looking for fish. None are near, as if an invisible mesh were keeping them at bay. Well, that sounds a bit excessive. Maybe I saw no fish because I don't do fishing. Maybe I'm turning a bit paranoid. It must be the hunger. It must be the thirst. How much of a nutrition value could that withered plant provide? I don't even care that much about that anymore. This moment, I'd eat anything just to shush the growls of my stomach if for a little while. I wouldn't even mind its taste, or at least that's what I think. I approach it. I pull on one of its stems, almost expecting it to disintegrate completely as soon as I touch it. It doesn't. Even more so, it defends itself. The plant breaks its stem loose from my grip. Then it shakes like a dog drying itself. I am losing my mind. I convince myself more of parting ways with my brain when the plant opens up like a morbid flower. Its stems move aside to let me see its center. Hanging inside, there's a fruit, some kind of languid pear. It's so gray that, for a moment, I think it's covered in cobwebs. I then remember that not even insects can prosper on a foodless place. Maybe cockroaches, I'm not sure. Anyways, the fruit sports black spots. They resemble disgusting cancerous moles. The stems haven't stopped moving. They now look like fingers inviting me to take the fruit. I do. Its surface is lumpy. The small protuberances feel like inflamed ganglia. No, like cysts. How unpleasant. I pluck it from the plant. I take it to my nose. I am surprised that it is odorless. Now the stems move in a vertical sway as if nothing. They want me to bite, to eat it. Its texture is ash, though not completely. Instead of juice, the fruit has some kind of viscous sap. I can't help but picture it as pus. It tastes like rotten papaya, papaya with a hint of lychee. I want to vomit, but that would be the worst thing for me, physically speaking. The plant urges me to continue eating, to finish with the fruit. Despite myself, I do. People will do anything to survive. It's until I see the seeds, thorny and of a nauseating brown, that I really ask myself why I'm following the lead of a zombie plant. Gross. I'm about to throw that horrible fruit's core into the water as far away from me as possible when something grabs me by the arm. One of those withered stems has got me by the wrist. It has more vigor than what I'd expect. Other stems are scrabbling at the dirt beneath them. The plant wants me to place the seeds there. In fact, it seems to be pointing towards the hole. I do what it wants me to do because, after all, it has fed me. It has not been nice, not at all, but it's provided me foodstuffs. I sit there, watching how it moves. Its stems strike me now as tentacles. The squeeze plant, the resurrection plant. I think once more that I've become completely bonkers. How can the plant see me? I'm sure it realized I would throw the seeds into the sea, but how? It has no eyes. How can it sense me? I'm crazy. It must be my mind's imaginings. Maybe the fruit works as some kind of hallucinogenic. Nah, I was already seeing impossible things before eating it. It's not been more than 5 minutes when my thoughts are interrupted. I feel a sting in the stomach. Apparently, that fruit was something of a laxative. I stand up. I pull down my pants. I turn around as if searching for the best place to do my thing. Something clings to my ankle and I can't help but screaming in fright. I feel ashamed, even though nobody hurt me. I look downward. Of course, it's the plant. With its stems, it's telling me where it would be best for it to do my needs. It's as if the plant was sensitive and intelligent, and it knew about fertilizer and compost and manure. I, of course, had never heard about human feces being used like that, but I had never met a plant that was so alive either. Damn, make up your mind. It's either a live plant, a zombie plant, a resurrected plant, or a dead plant. It can't be all at once. Well, whatever. I sigh and squat over it. It's funny, it even helps me sit up straight when it notices that the position is awkward and difficult for someone my size. Time passes and I'm thinking about a lot of things. My brain feels active, and not only am I not hungry, but I have lots of energy. In fact, I hadn't felt so strong in years. I can't sleep when night falls, and I'm still awake when I admire the spectacular sunrise on the horizon. Can it be because of the fruit? That would indeed be incredible that something so withered held so many benefits for the person consuming it. A whole day goes by and I make a decision. I'm going to try and swim all the way to civilization. I approach the plant. I feel like I have to, like I must say goodbye. At its center, a ripe fruit lies. It's impossible, but there it is. It's got more color than yesterday's, and I even think I can smell its fragrance. It's not pleasant, yet it's not as repulsive as I'd expected either. The stems are moving, inviting me to eat it, and I think that I should. I am going to need all the energy I can get to swim my way out of here. Its taste is still unpleasant, and it has become a tad more acidic, as if it had poured lemon on top of it. I leave the core and seeds inside the hole that the plant has dug. I wait a few moments because I know that I'll need to go soon enough. I will leave after fertilizing it. It's the least I can do. However, the process takes longer this time. It takes me almost half an hour to be ready to produce. I yawn when I'm about to dart into the water. The stupor and drowsiness suddenly and forcefully attack me. I guess that's normal since I didn't shut my eyes for the entire night. I feel so good that I think I can wait another day, maybe even eat another fruit before venturing into the unknown. My energetic reservoirs will be full that way. I lie on the sand and I am fast asleep. I wake up when the sun is at its zenith. I stretch, taking all the time in the world, noticing the coquettish tan that I have acquired in these past few days. It's better to think that the glass is half full. As soon as I am completely awoke, I approach the plant. What a marvelous specimen it would be if it weren't so ugly. Still, I am considering if I could bring it with me and how much money I could make selling its miraculous fruit. It's unviable, of course. I have no way of carrying it, and knowing my luck, I'd end up definitively killing it the moment I plucked it from the ground. It's waiting for me once more, ready with a new fruit. It seems fresher than yesterday's, and I wouldn't go as far as calling it succulent, but its taste will surely have improved a bit. I discovered that, at the very least, it hasn't worsened. It now has a touch of banana in its taste, and its texture is a little like puree. I leave the remains in the hole and wait. 1 hour later, I've gone number two and I am ready to leave. Obviously, the plant grabs me again by the ankle. I don't scream this time. I don't know why, but I was expecting something like that to happen. Like a deja vu. What is it? I ask. It's the first time in days that I speak out loud, so I am somewhat surprised, especially by what I am talking to. It's also the first time that I notice my breath. It has a peculiar smell, like stagnant water with a slight but notable sweet undertone. It moves its stems. I think it wants me to come closer. Incredible! I am communicating with a plant. There is nothing at its center, or at least I can't see whatever it wants to show me. I reach a bit closer. Only dirt and those stems that look like withered roots. Those stems that shouldn't move, but they do. They throw themselves rapidly onto me, towards my neck. They are too flexible. They tie me once, twice, resembling ropes instead of what they really are. As soon as I attempt to put my hands on them, other stems grab me by the forearms. They tie them with the same velocity. They are strong. They pull me with ease as if I were nothing more than a rag doll. I notice that my ankle is also trapped still. I notice when the plant embraces my other foot, my other leg, it envelops my waist. As soon as it's got me completely secured, it raises me. How does it have such strength? It was nothing more than a plant, a dead plant. I realize I've been wincing. Sounds logical. It's a natural reaction to being manacled. Now that it's conscious, my moaning intensifies. What are you doing? Let go of me. The plant, of course, doesn't. It's got me raised and nothing else. It's gone immobile. I try to break free with all my might, but I can't snap those damned stems. And to think I even thought that they were so dry that a simple breeze would make them crumble. I have lots of energy and I move with all my enthusiasm, but it's not enough. Nothing is. I don't know how long it's been, hours, surely, when I am finally tired and drowsy. Night falls and I'm still in the same awkward position, trapped like a poor insect on the web of a vicious spider. Dawn breaks. I must have fallen asleep. I feel my joints are about to burst. My neck complains every time I turn. I see my wrists. The skin has turned violet because of the strap's pressure. My stomach roars. As if it had heard the sound, the plant brings one of its stems close to my face. Hanging from it, it carries the only fruit that it produces daily. It presses it against my lips. I have no intention to eat it this time. The stems that I have on my neck loosen, but only to grab me by the head. They enter my mouth and pry it open forcefully. I hear my jaw crack. It's painful. They make me bite the fruit, chew it. They press my nose so I have to swallow. When its flesh ends, the plant buries the seeds at the usual place. It pulls down my pants. In fact, it rips them apart completely. I won't need them anymore. It put me on a squatting position over it. It doesn't take long for me to digest. The rest of the day happens like the one before. I try to escape the plant's embrace with all my strength, but I don't succeed. When night falls, I fall with it. I now end up knocked out as soon as the sun hides and the distant stars come out. After a week, I begin to believe that it's the chemistry of the fruits that keep me sedated by night. It may not only be their taste that changes, but its properties. The energy that I used to obtain no longer compares. It's now keeping me alive but lethargic, submissive. I've been thinking a lot because that's the only thing that I can do while trapped here. My stomach has inflated as if it were full of gas, and all over my body, within every nook and cranny, I feel sugar. It's hard to explain, but it's as if my blood had been replaced by the same viscous liquid that serves as the fruit's juice. Even my breath smells of concentrated perfume. It's madness, but that's what I feel. It's the raving to which my idle mind has come to. I've also paid more attention to my senses, especially to my touch. I wish I didn't. Traces of my excretions remain on my hair, over my skin, and feeling how they dry with the soft breeze is a real torture. My existence has become a monotonous sequence of eating and on eating. Ha! Ha! This is exactly how plants must feel, anchored to the ground and waiting for something to happen to them. It's the most horrible thing that has ever happened to me. I've been like this for a couple of weeks and I am beginning to wish any kind of escape. Yeah, it's a cliche, but even death could be a release from this torment. A plane flew near here the other day. I yelled with everything I have for just 1 second before the plant stuffed its stems inside my mouth and pinched my tongue and uvula. It was flying low, but it didn't see me. I try to maintain hope, but a part of me knows that I will never leave this place. I have become vile fertilizer. I sometimes cry, and I know that if my tears weren't as salty as the sea, the plant would use them in the same way that it uses my urine. This is it. There is nothing more since I've become less. But it's better to think that the glass is half full, right? The fruit has added a slight touch of grape to its flavor, and grapes used to be my favorite fruit. Alright, remember to eat your fruits and veggies, drink heaps of water, and I will see you when I see you.